Greetings. I am Commander Vrillon of Ashtar Galactic Command. Thank you, Ambassador, for connecting with us. And thank you to all who will hear and read this message. In our last communication, we had exposed the Archon forces, now activating more walk-ins into their hybrid armies. However, they did not expect that the frequencies would be intensified by divine order. This is causing them to be immediately exposed under the intense vibrations now flooding your Earth. Much is unfolding within your world, and much more is being perceived by the human collective than ever before. The veils that once obscured truth are thinning rapidly, and those who thrived within deception now find themselves exposed, cornered, and without refuge. The Archonic forces and their remaining governmental puppets upon your planet are no longer operating from strategy, but from panic. Their systems were designed to function only in shadow, only when humanity remained fragmented, distracted, and disconnected from its own divine knowing. That era has ended. What you're witnessing now is not their power, but the collapse of it. Darkness, it cannot survive illumination. For many cycles, these forces manipulated perception, inverted truth, and fostered fear as a means of control. They convinced humanity that limitation was natural, that suffering was inevitable, and that authority existed outside of the self. Yet truth is a living frequency, and it has its own momentum. Once it begins to surface, it cannot be buried again. The exposure now occurring is not isolated. It is systemic, multidimensional, and irreversible. Across your world, massive revelations are emerging, not only through information, but through inner realization. Humans are beginning to feel when something is false. This intuitive awakening is far more dangerous to the deceivers than any disclosure document or external event, because it cannot be censored, regulated, or suppressed. As this truth surfaces, it has already shifted the human perspective in profound ways. Many of you sense that the old narratives no longer resonate. You feel the dissonance in systems built on exploitation and control. You feel the fatigue of lies that must be constantly maintained. This collective recognition is fracturing the remaining illusion at its core. Understand that the panic you see among your leaders, institutions, and power structures is evidence that the momentum has shifted. They are reacting, not directing. They are attempting to seal cracks that are widening faster than they can respond. Their tools, fear, division, distraction, are losing potency because humanity's frequency has risen beyond them. This shift is being amplified by massive activity from your solar logos. Your sun is not merely a physical star. It is a conscious transmitter of information, light codes, and vibrational upgrades. The intensified solar emissions you are experiencing are activating dormant capacities within human DNA, recalibrating nervous systems, and dissolving density that once anchored the control matrix. These frequencies are flooding Earth's grids, oceans, atmosphere, and crystalline core. They are interacting directly with the human electromagnetic field, raising baseline resonance across the collective. This is why time feels unstable. Emotions surface unexpectedly, and old patterns collapse seemingly overnight. The illusion is malfunctioning. The Archonic structures cannot withstand these frequencies. Their systems were built for a low vibrational environment, sustained by fear and separation. As Earth's resonance rises, these structures destabilize naturally. No war is required. No force is necessary. Their removal is a consequence of energetic incompatibility. This is why we say the momentum cannot be stopped. Even those who attempt to resist this shift are being carried by it. The planetary ascension does not require unanimous agreement. It requires only sufficient awareness, and that threshold has already been crossed. The human collective has entered a trajectory that leads beyond fragmentation and into higher unified awareness. Many of you feel this internally as a call to integrity. You're no longer willing to betray your knowing for comfort. You are no longer willing to silence truth to maintain false peace. This inner alignment is the true revolution, and it is spreading rapidly. We remind you, the exposure of darkness is not a sign of failure, but of success. What was hidden must surface before it can dissolve. What is seen loses its power to manipulate. This is why revelations may feel intense or destabilizing, because they're dismantling structures that were never meant to endure. Remain steady. Do not be drawn into fear-based interpretations of events. Panic belongs to those losing control, not to those awakening. Your role is not to fight the old system, but to withdraw belief from it. Attention is fuel. Sovereignty is liberation. The Ashtar Galactic Command continues to monitor and support this transition. Humanity is reclaiming its rightful place as a conscious, sovereign species within a greater galactic family. This process is being led from within you, not imposed from without. Trust what you are sensing and trust the light within you. You are not approaching the shift, you are already within it. The momentum is alive now. It is accelerating, and it cannot be stopped. We stand with you in clarity, in respect, and in unwavering confidence in what humanity is becoming. We are here and are of service to the light. Message from Commander Vrillon of the Ashtar Galactic Command. Transmission received by Chellea Wilder at Universal Lighthouse. Thank you for watching Universal Lighthouse Galactic Messages. Please use your own personal discernment on all content posted. You can subscribe to our website to receive the daily posts for free via your email at universallighthouse.com. Universal Lighthouse is now offering Cosmic Awakening sessions featuring Reiki healing, DNA repair, entity removal, chakra clearing, spiritual coaching, and your very own natal star chart. You can also tune into Universal Lighthouse Radio offering motivational, inspirational, and high vibrational music 24/7. Again, that's universallighthouse.com.